Have you heard the word psoas and you have no idea really what it is, what it does, and why it matters? Well, if you're curious about the answers to those questions, you might want to watch this video. All right. So as you can see, the psoas major, there is a psoas minor, but not everybody has a psoas minor, by the way. That it's not an anomaly, but it's not in everybody. And a psoas major attaches to the bottom thoracic vertebrae, so T12, and it comes down and attaches all the way down through L4. Okay. And so guess what? When you sit for a long time and this muscle gets short because it's attached to the front of the hip here, when you go to stand up, if you feel stiff, if you feel back pain, if you feel like you can't straighten, it's your psoas. They've locked short. They're not happy. They don't know how to stabilize you as they get longer. And so that's what we're going to work on tonight, is getting these psoas to be happier and perform the way they were designed to. You can see over here is the iliacus. Some people will misname this iliaps psoas because these two tendons come down and attach pretty much in the same spot. These are not the same muscle and they have a different function. Okay, so don't let anybody, tell you otherwise. These are really more a hip hiker. And these are a hip flexor. So if you're sitting and you bring your knee up toward the ceiling, this muscle is shortening to accomplish that. But its biggest goal is to stabilize you when you are in standing. And it works in tandem with the abdominis, or with the rectus abdominis, your abdominal muscles, in order to, so that you can reach up overhead on a shelf. And when you reach up overhead, your body's automatically extending and leaning backward. And so these muscles and the abdominal muscles are stabilizing when you do that. And most older people who've lost their stability lean forward because they're terrified if they stand up straight, they're going to fall back and smash their head open. And it's because they've lost the ability for the psoas and the abdominals to stabilize them in an upright position. So if you want to age well and maintain your independence, you need to work at it. It doesn't happen by default. You can't sit in a chair for 40 years and hope to maintain your independence. It won't happen. And I say that with love. We really need to be working our bodies. We are more sedentary now than we've ever been as a human population. And it is harming us exponentially. We're also going to do a psoas, I call it a psoas/ab load matrix. And for that, you're going to have a foot up in the chair. You want to make sure that your bottom foot is pointed forward and not turned out or in. Put your hand on your hip and very gently bring your hips forward like you did with the hip matrix. Only now, because you've got one foot up on the chair, you're going to really be zeroing in on that psoas, and the abs are going to be working with it, okay? You're not trying to go all out, okay? You want to just kind of gently rock forward. And as it feels comfortable, you can go further and further. The hip and head and shoulders goes back, hip goes forward. Now, again, we have a matrix, which is 3 motions, right? 3 planes of motion. So you're going to do forward and back first. Then you're going to come forward and load there. And then do a little side to side with the hips, just like you're trying to tap those parallel bars like you did with the hip matrix a moment ago. If one motion is painful, don't do that motion. Just do the one that feels okay. You will eventually restore the ability to do both. Then you come back out of that front load. Then you're going to load again, and you're going to rotate a little. Okay. Again, you're not trying to, do maximum range, but do what you can. Try to get full range, but have it be comfortable. Okay. So here you're really rotating on that leg that you're standing on, and then come back out. And of course, we're going to do that to both sides. And I see a chat here. Can you put the foot on your desk instead of your chair? Well, the desk might be pretty high. You don't necessarily want to go too high. You could use your stairs at home if you've got stairs with a railing and just put one foot up on the second step, or maybe a higher stool. The goal really is not how high the foot is. It's the fact that you're coming forward with that hip and the other foot's not really bearing weight, right? That's more important. And make sure you're safe.